Ashley, superintendent here at Heber Springs, and I am so excited to get to read the first chapter of our book this year for One Book, One School. And this year's book is How to Eat Fried Worms. And pretty neat story here. I actually read this when I was in fourth grade, so I'm excited to get to share it with you guys. Hey, Tom, where were you last night? Yeah, you missed it. Alan and Billy came up the front walk. Tom was sitting on his porch steps bouncing a tennis ball. Old man Tater caught Joe as he was climbing through the fence, so we all had to go back, and he made us pile the peaches on the kitchen table and then called our mothers. Joe's mother hasn't let him out. Where were you? Tom stopped bouncing the tennis ball. He was a tall, skinny boy who took his troubles very seriously. My mother kept me in. What for? I wouldn't eat my dinner. Alan sat down on the step below Tom and began to chew his thumbnail. What was it? Salmon casserole. Billy flopped down on the grass, chunky, snub-nosed, and freckled. Salmon casserole's not too bad. Wouldn't she just let you eat 2 bites? Asked Alan. Sometimes my mother says, well, all right, if I'll just eat 2 bites. I wouldn't even eat 1. That's stupid, said Billy. 1 bite can't hurt you. I'd eat 1 bite of anything before I'd let them send me up to my room after supper. Tom shrugged. How about mud? Alan asked Billy. You wouldn't eat a bite of mud. Alan argued a lot. Small, knobby-kneed, nervous, gnawing at his thumbnail, his face smudged, his red hair mussed, his shirt tail hanging out, shoelaces untied. Sure I would, Billy said. Mud? What's mud? Just a little dirt and some water. My father says everyone eats a pound of dirt every year anyway. How about poison? That's different, Billy rolled over on his back. Is your mother going to make you eat the leftovers today for lunch? He asked Tom. She never has before. How about worms? Alan asked Billy. Tom's sister's cat squirmed out from under the porch and rubbed against Billy's knee. Sure, said Billy. Why not? Worms are just dirt. Yeah, but they bleed. So you'd have to cook them. Cows bleed. I bet $100 you wouldn't really eat a worm. You talk big now, but you wouldn't if you were sitting at the dinner table with a worm on your plate. I'd bet I would. I'd eat 15 worms if somebody bet me $100. You really want to bet? I'll bet you $50 you can't eat 15 worms. I really will. Where are you going to get $50? In my savings account. I've got $130.79 in my savings account. I know because last week I put in $5 my grandmother gave me for my birthday. Your mother wouldn't let you take it out. She would if I lost a bet. She'd have to. I'd tell her I was going to sell my stamp collection otherwise. And I bought that with my own money that I earned mowing lawns, so I can do whatever I want with it. I'll bet you $50 you can't eat 15 worms. Come on, you're chicken. You know you can't do it. I wouldn't do it, said Tom. If salmon casserole makes me sick, think about what 15 worms would do. Joe came scuffing up the walk and flopped down beside Billy. He was a small boy with dark hair and a long nose and brown eyes. What's going on? Come on, said Alan to Billy. Tom, you can be your second, and Joe will be mine. Just like in a duel. You think it's so easy? Here's your chance to make $50. Billy dangled a leaf in front of the cat, but the cat just rubbed against his knee, purring. What kind of worms? Regular worms, not those big green ones that get on the tomatoes. I won't eat those, and I won't eat them all at once. It might make me sick. 1 worm a day for 15 days. And he's and he can eat them any way he wants, Tom said. Boiled, stewed, fried, fricasseed. Yeah, but we provide the worms, said Joe, and there has to be a witness present when he eats them. Either me or Alan or somebody we can trust, not just you and Billy. Okay, Alan said to Billy. Billy scratched the cat's ears. $50. That was a lot of money. How bad could a worm taste? He'd eaten fried liver, salmon loaf, mushrooms, tongue, pig's feet. Other kids' parents were always nagging them to eat. His had begun to worry about how much he ate. Not that he was fat, he just hadn't worked off all his winter blubber yet. He slid his hands into his shirt and fervently squeezed the sides of his stomach. Worms were just dirt. Dirt wasn't fattening. If he won $50, he could buy that mini bike George Cunningham's brother had promised to sell him in September before he went away to college. Heck, he could gag anything down for $50, couldn't he? He looked up. I can use ketchup or mustard or anything like that as much as I want. Alan nodded. Okay. Billy stood up. Okay.